As we continue to see this wildfire smoke during Wisconsin summers, you might actually be wondering, is this the new normal? Our Nicole Herzog has been working to answer that question tonight. She joins us now. Nicole, what are people saying?
Yeah, it's definitely part of a growing trend. Madison actually hasn't seen air quality this dangerous in more than a century, and climate experts say this is just the beginning.
As this starts right here, you can see smoke over the entire state.
Poor air quality levels are shattering records Thursday.
Today in Madison, we've had a record for the highest air quality index ever, breaking the record that was set back in 1923. Air quality index well above 300, so air quality hazardous today.
But should we expect to see these conditions every summer? We brought that question to the state climatology office, stepping outside briefly to see the smoky skies over UW-Madison.
This definitely is something that's becoming more common, that we're seeing this wildfire smoke filtering down into Wisconsin and really degrading our air quality.
Amanda Latham is a climate outreach specialist. She says Canada typically sees massive wildfires in the summer, but a warming climate is making fire season longer and more intense.
As their winters have grown shorter, warmer, and drier, that means that things are starting off warmer and drier in the spring and getting hotter and drier faster through the summer. And so when we have these really dry conditions, that means there's more tinder, a lot easier for these fires to start and expand really quickly. And so in recent years, we've seen wildfire season in Canada grow and start a lot sooner, which means we're a lot more likely to feel the impacts in Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's geography puts it directly in the path of the smoke.
We're really just in the perfect spot that when those wildfires are happening in Canada just to our northwest, when we get a breeze coming down from the northwest, that pulls that smoke towards us.
While smoky summers may become more common, things are looking up for now.
I think that we're going to see improvement tonight and into tomorrow, so hopefully able to get outdoors more at that point.
Experts say wildfire smoke can get into your lungs and bloodstream if you're outside for long periods of time. Spending time indoors with air filters and air conditioning can help. But for now, live in studio, Nicole Herzog, WMTV 15 News.